Is anyone here married? Is anyone here married? Are you guys married? Oh, great. How long have you been married for? 12 years. 12 years, that's a long time. So you may not be aware of this, but did you guys know that ass eating is now on the rotation of sexual activity for single people? Yeah. So as a single woman, I would be expected to every so often eat a man's ass? Like, when did this happen? How is this taking place? I have so many questions around the logistics of this. Like, how do you gain access? You know, do you tuck his legs up by his ears? But like, a man's legs are heavy, you know, do you get reinforcements to come and just like help you hoist them up there? Or does he just like turn around and then you just pry open his cheeks? I don't know, man, I have so many questions about this. I was going to get divorced and then I heard about this and now we're staying together. I'm so happy. I've actually never liked a guy more the more I've gotten to know him. A lot of my single friends, they complain about not being in a relationship. They're like, I can't find the right guy. You know, I want love, but I can't find it. And, you know, I listen to this a lot from my friends, and I think I found out the problem. Yeah. It turns out that you're the problem, you dumb bitch, with all your high expectations. Okay? Why do you keep expecting your man not to be emotionally broken? You really think you're gonna like a guy all the time? Are you kidding me? I fantasize about pushing my husband down the stairs daily. It's like what I do to relax. You know those times where he's like, honey, I'll be home at 11, and then he's not home at 11? That's the best part of my day. Suddenly, anything is possible. My husband and I we just had to write our wills, and I went and I met with a lawyer, and then I brought all the paperwork back for him to sign, and I was like, here, sign these papers. You don't have to read it. It says I'm your medical proxy, so just like sign right here. And my husband was like, excuse me? And I was like, yeah, I made myself your medical proxy in case anything were to happen to you and you couldn't speak for yourself. And he was like, great, I'm gonna have a fucking cold and you're gonna be like, pull the plug, he doesn't wanna suffer, he wants to be remembered the way he was, he doesn't wanna be a burden. Pull the fucking plug. Relationships are all about compromise, right? Unless you're married to a dictator, you're gonna spend the majority of your relationship negotiating. Mainly what you're gonna watch on TV, because that's what you do. When you're married, you watch a lot of TV together. Actually, the other day, my husband was watching the playoffs, the Celtics game, and I thought it'd be fun if I joined him, because guys love that. Yeah, they really like it when you watch sports with them and talk the whole time. So, you know, I sat down and I was watching the game and I was like, oh my God, this is so fun. You know what's really weird about this game though? It's like it stops and starts so often, you know, and it's like kind of crazy because men have this reputation of like being impatient, but actually you're really patient because look how you just like let this game stop and start, and yet you're still paying attention. I mean, guys must care more about sports than they do about sex because I don't think any guy would watch a porno that stopped and started this many times. And my husband looked at me and he was like, I'm kind of trying to pay attention to the game. You know, like if you were watching girls. And I was like, shh. Because if my husband so much as breathes when I'm watching girls, I'm like, oh God, now I have to rewind it. Idiot. Fertility is really tricky when you're a woman. It is because you actually spend the majority of your life trying not to get pregnant. I remember there was this time once that I was late on my period and I was having an anxiety attack because I thought I was going to be a teen mom. You know, I was 27. Like, I was so stressed out. I remember just sitting on the toilet trying to push my period out like a shit. I was like, trying to pop those eggs out. Bloop. But all that effort you put into not getting pregnant, you then put into trying to get pregnant, right? Women take hormones in the form of birth control pills to like keep the baby away, and then they take hormones in the form of in vitro to try to have a baby. I don't really know what the joke is there, but it sure is on us, isn't it, ladies?